In the 1000-year blood war between the Shinigamis and the Quincy's, the Shinigami suffered massive losses. Many powerful characters fell, most notably the head captain Yamamoto, Captain Unohana Yachiro, Captain Okitake, even Vice Captain Sasakibe. These losses were devastating and reshaped the very core of the GOTY 13. It's nearly impossible to replace such legends. But here is something we often forget, guys. Losing a captain or a powerful Shinigami also means losing their Zanpakuto. Take Yamamoto for example. We didn't just lose the leader of the GOTY 13, we also lost Ryujin Jakka, the oldest and most destructive fire-type Zanpakuto in Soul Society's history. Right now, there are only 2 fire-type Zanpakuto, Tobiyumi, used by Hinamori, and Isshin's Injutsu. But today's topic, guys, isn't about Ryujin Jakka. Instead, we're going to dive into something much colder, the rise of a new ice-type Zanpakuto within the GOTY 13. I'm not talking about the elegance of Sodeno Shirayuki or the raw power of Yurimaru. Today, we're focusing on the Zanpakuto of Isane Kotetsu. For a long time, Isane was hidden in the shadow of her captain, Unohana Yachiro, but now she is the successor of Unohana, the new captain of Squad 4. And being a captain means one thing, she has a Bankai. So in this video, guys, we'll explore what her Bankai could possibly be, using one of Kubo's past answers as a clue, since Isane's Shikai abilities were never revealed in the story. Add to that, this is the perfect chance to look at Isane's journey as a Shinigami, and the challenges she'll face in her new role as a captain. Let's start by talking about Isane Kotetsu herself. One of the things that stands out about her is her unusual height. She's about 187 cm tall, probably the tallest female in all of Bleach. But beyond that, her most defining trait is her relationship with Unohana. Because as you know, guys, before Isane became the vice captain of Unohana, the previous vice captain was Shinosuke Yamada. We got a quick glimpse of him in the Pendulum flashback, but because of his exceptional skills in Kaido, Shinosuke Yamada was later assigned to work with the nobles, and so at some time Isane became the new vice captain. The bond between a captain and vice captain isn't always the same. It depends on which division you are in and the personalities involved. For example, Hiraku and Aizen's relationship was distant and secretive. Hiraku never even told Aizen about the true ability of his Shikai, Sakanade. Meanwhile, Renji and Byakuya's relationship was marked by rivalry, especially because of Rukia, and I'm speaking here about the first days between them. But with Isane and Unohana, their connection was different. So strong that Unohana trusted her with one of the biggest secrets in the entire series, the fact that she was the very first Kenpachi. Just imagine it from Isane's perspective. Joining Squad 4, a division known for avoiding combat and focusing on healing, she must have admired Unohana's gentle, caring side, believing that was her true nature, until one day she learned the shocking truth. Unohana was the first Kenpachi. I always imagined that Isane discovered this truth in a moment like this. Like in chapter 179, where we see Unohana sitting alone with her braids down her back. Normally she kept them in front to hide the scar given to her long ago by Zaraki, but around Isane, she let them fall behind, almost as if she was willing to reveal that hidden past. So when Isane finally learned the truth, her reaction must have been intense, realizing her gentle captain was once a brutal warrior, and that scar came from Zaraki himself. Her later words to Zaraki, "Since you killed her, it means you have inherited the title," showed that she fully understood Unohana's fate and that she would eventually lose her captain. That's why I have always seen Isane's position is very similar to Sasakibe's. Both served under legendary figures, Sasakibe under Yamamoto, the founder of the GOTY 13, and Isane under Unohana, the original Kenpachi and the founder of Squad 11. Both spent their lives in shadows of greatness. The difference is that while Sasakibe rarely had any real role, Isane at least played an active part in healing. And that's where her strength lies, as the most important figure in Squad 4 after Unohana. Isane clearly mastered Kaido to a high degree, and her proficiency in healing means she must also be skilled in Kido. We've already seen glimpses of this. She used Bakudo 58 to track the captains in Ichigo when she revealed Aizen's betrayal, and she cast Tenchinkura to transmit messages, and she even managed to stay hidden during the battle between Byakuya and Zumari. All these moments show that she is capable of using her spiritual power with precision and versatility. And of course, the biggest factor that makes her worthy of being a captain in my opinion is her Zanpakuto, Itegumo. Although we never saw its true ability in the manga, just from its name Itegumo, which means frozen cloud, and the hell snowflake-like design, we can clearly tell that it's an ice-type Zanpakuto. Unfortunately, the only time Isane ever used her Shikai was against Ichigo when he came to rescue Rukia. After that, she never had a scene where she was asked to fight with her Shikai. Even in the filler arc Zanpakuto, Kubo confirmed that the studio never asked him for any designs for Isane's Zanpakuto, and this makes her, alongside with Iba and Yamamoto, the only ones who didn't see an image of their Zanpakutos. All she ever did was heal, whether accompanied Unohana to the Wake Mundo or during the events of Thousand Year World War, and that stayed the same until she became captain of Squad 4, 10 years after the end of the war against the Quincy's. The new information, however, comes from Kubo himself regarding Isane's Zanpakuto. He confirmed that her Zanpakuto is ice type with healing properties. This means Itegumo works like the Zanpakuto of Rukia or Toshiro. It can generate ice. How she produces it exactly, we don't know yet. Each ice type Zanpakuto works differently. Toshiro's Ryatsu can make others feel cold, but his Zanpakuto manipulates weather. Rukia, on the other hand, can drastically lower temperatures with her Zanpakuto. So it's possible that Isane also generates ice from her spiritual energy, but with a healing focus. For example, she could cover someone in ice and heal their wounds or burns, or she could also use her ice offensively without the healing aspect if she wanted to, by adjusting the ice properties. As for her Bankai, I imagine it would be somewhat similar to Sasakibe's. When Sasakibe unleashes his Bankai, he raises his sword to the sky, creating a cloud above him, while thunder emerging from the sword, turning the cloud into a lightning storm he can use to attack enemies. For Isane, considering her Zanpakuto is named Frozen Cloud, I see her Bankai as a cloud or collection of clouds, controlled by her to bring down snow. And this snow could heal multiple wounded allies at once. The healing might either calm pain or fully heal injuries. And just like her Shikai can serve as both a healing and offensive tool, her Bankai could work the same way. But I hope Isane's Bankai would be a mix between Byakuya Senbonzakura and a snow controlling power. She could manipulate ice petals wherever she wants, either through her sword or hands, with the clouds above acting as the main source of the ice. If her Bankai truly worked like this, it would make her incredibly effective in rapid battlefield healing. But the ironic twist here, her last appearance was in the one-shot, A New Breath from Hell. And since Hell is always associated with fire, I can only imagine how Isane would deal with the Hell enemies if she ever faced one. And more than that, if Rukia was shocked that Okitake was sent to Hell, how would Isane react to the idea of Unohana going there? Or did Unohana already reveal her next destination to Isane before leaving? I really hope one day we get answer to all of this. Indeed, guys, tell me what you think about the Bankai of Isane. Do you have other theories? Tell me guys about them in the comments, and see you in my next video.